Are you guys feeling great? I'm feeling great. Alright, now 6 p.m. and I'm ready to see some rainbows. I need some positivity, don't y'all? Alright, it's not just me, okay?
Hey guys, it's F.e.r TV and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been forever and a half, but I'm back and I'm ready to rumble. And today we're going to be reading some of my poetry. Yes. And this is a request from my subscribers. I did a poetry thing a while back. It was rewriting Gabby Hanna's poem, and some of my subscribers really liked it and they wanted me to do it again. And finally, after a couple of weeks, I finally have the poetry just for you.
Make sure you guys grab a snack, maybe a cup of tea or something, and yeah, sit back and enjoy the poetry.
Okay, so my first poem is called Shoelaces. Muted hands clutched in long leather laces with animosity. That arching back will be deemed to idolize, hoping to win again when the sun rises, hoping that those toes escape surprises. Trained hands twisted the long leather laces with disguises. That arching back will be deemed unworthy, avoiding the path to the back seat, avoiding the faces on Main Street. Modern hands sealed those long leather laces with no desires. That arching back will be deemed to shred, forging the way feet would gladly sit to dine, forging the way it refracted into others' spear of mine. Elderly hands left the long leather laces with dust. That arching back would be deemed plagued with souls, trapped in impeccable liquids that crawled out its cracked lips, trapped in the color that touched off its swelled hips. So the next poem is called African Pot. What if I told you everything could crash and burn? A quick or slow pace that wouldn't end up in a chase. Into my stomach the colors green, yellow, and red swirled. I take my spoon and taste the one and only Cameroon. What if I told you that sitting in my room wasn't enough? Every year new people would push past me and establish their dominance, claim their rights to experiencing clouded my mind. My heart cradled a new Simba about 5 more times. What if I told you I am from a mirror? And as I spun, a voice echoed that it didn't matter if I was black or white. My hands would stretch and crash and sounds resonated. I'm from what we saw, what we made, and what we created. What if I told you that the stranger that just entered my home a few moments ago was my aunt or uncle, who skipped away, dripping in finesse, never in a dress. Our legs could stretch. Our laughs could break a rib or two amidst a hurricane. What if I told you everything could crash and burn? A quick or slow pace that wouldn't end up in a chase. Into my stomach, the colors green, yellow, red swirled. I take my spoon and taste the one and only Cameroon. The next poem I wrote is called Untitled 28. I met eyes with Untitled 28, sniffing a light that was hard to let go. I wouldn't hesitate. An unperceived introduction that couldn't reach tomorrow. A gentle smile seeped into my pores and saw him forevermore. Tell me how to enter the Meraki house, just like before Untitled 28, dispersing saw days of choice. Was it at the end of my fingertips ready to bounce? During hungry days, I'll be waiting at the steps. I promise I'm ready, just leave me an ounce. Those breaths were written beneath my ribcage. I twist the joints apart to taste what you refused for me to hear. If I grab the strings by the waist, will you see what I've cleared? Spitting those unknown symphonies, am I asking too much to know you? Before the rain comes, I must protect what I remember. He asked me to hear him, and I can only see the residue, throwing down everything left in mid-October. I met eyes on Untitled 28, stifling a light that was hard to let go. I wouldn't hesitate. An unperceived introduction that couldn't reach tomorrow. A gentle smile seeped into my pores and saw him forevermore. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my poems. I like them. I wrote them. You know, have you ever written poetry or songwriting and it's you can only write them when you're really depressed or really in your feels? That's me. Keep it fruity, thick, and juicy, and I'll see you for my next upload. Later. Next we have, well, it didn't matter if I was black or white. My hands would stretch and crash. So